Secrets, lies, and missiles. Could a single scandal topple a global superpower? In this episode, we're peeling back the layers of a story that's causing ripples across the world. The Chinese military, a powerhouse that many assumed was as solid as a fortress, seems to be showing some cracks in its armor. Lately, there's been a flurry of high-ranking officials getting the boot. Some have even disappeared under mysterious circumstances. This isn't just office politics. It's a saga that might make even the highest officials in China lose sleep. Now, picture a ship where the crew starts to vanish, one by one. Unsettling, right? That's kind of what's happening in China's military ranks. And it's not just about people losing jobs. Bloomberg recently dropped a bombshell report that has everyone questioning what's really going on. It said that the issues are so big, they might make President Xi Jinping rethink his strategy for Taiwan, a move that could reshape much of our geopolitical landscape. So, what's causing this turmoil? Is it just a simple case of corruption, or is there something more, something that could point to a weakness within the Chinese military machine? In this episode, we're going to dive into the heart of these questions, sift through the details, and find out what it means for China and the rest of the world. Let's get to the bottom of this and uncover the truth behind the headlines. On a chilly day in early January 2024, the news landscape shook as Bloomberg journalists Peter Martin and Jennifer Jacobs released a report that felt like a cold splash of water to the face. Their exposé wasn't just any story. It was a deep dive into the dark corners of the People's Liberation Army Rocket Force, the PLAF, a key pillar in China's military might. This elite unit isn't just any group. They're the gatekeepers of China's nuclear arsenal and the crafters of strategies that keep potential enemies at bay in the vast Pacific. Their report, drawn from whispers within the American intelligence community, painted a picture of corruption so widespread, it might as well be a script for a blockbuster thriller. We're talking about the kind of corruption that doesn't just bend rules, it shatters them. This isn't just about a few officials padding their wallets. It's decay, reaching into the very heart of the PLAF. Imagine the people in charge of the most powerful weapons on the planet, playing fast and loose with the rules. It's like finding out that the pilots flying the world's largest airliners never actually passed their flying tests. Martin and Jacobs' revelations go further, highlighting issues so severe they could compromise the entire defense network that China prides itself on. Among these revelations, the claim about advanced weapons like the DFSAF hypersonic glide vehicle. These aren't just ordinary missiles. They're state-of-the-art, capable of striking with precision across continents at speeds that make them nearly impossible to intercept. If the integrity of such a program is in question, it's not just a problem, it's a ticking time bomb. According to U.S. intelligence assessments highlighted in the Bloomberg piece, some of the issues sound like they're straight out of a far-fetched movie script. Picture this. Crucial missiles, intended to be fueled and ready to defend a nation, instead filled with water. Yes, water. Then there are the missile silos, supposed to be fortresses of military might out in western China that reportedly have doors that won't even open properly. It's like having a bank vault full of gold, but the combination is lost. These aren't just minor slip-ups. These are monumental errors that could put the effectiveness of China's military in serious jeopardy. What's more, these aren't isolated incidents, but symptoms of corruption so widespread, it threatens to cripple China's military capabilities from the inside out. The implications are profound. It's not just about a loss of trust or a dent in the image of the military. This level of dysfunction could actually hold back China's hand in international conflicts. According to insights from these intelligence sources, if the tools and strategies designed to project power are compromised, it could mean a shift in global dynamics, putting a pause on aggressive moves that were perhaps already on the planning table. When you take a look at the technical aspects of these allegations, things start to get really interesting. The notion of China's intercontinental ballistic missiles, like the DF-5 and DF-31, being compromised with something as basic as water filling their fuel tanks, is not just alarming, it's bewildering. These missiles use highly sophisticated propulsion technologies designed to be foolproof. The DF-5, for example, relies on liquid fuel, which involves precise engineering for handling and storage. The DF-31, on the other hand, uses solid fuel, praised for its reliability and quicker launch readiness. So when you hear that these engineering marvels could potentially be sabotaged or improperly maintained, It begs the question, is there a breakdown in protocol, or perhaps a gross misunderstanding? Could it be possible that what's being reported as water is actually a technical term lost in translation, or maybe a placeholder in confidential reports for something else less benign? These kinds of technical snags could point to much bigger issues than just corruption. They hint at systemic failures or even intentional misinformation. The ripple effects of these revelations about corruption within the Chinese military reach far beyond the confines of China's borders. When the machinery meant to project power and deter aggression, like missile silos and ICBMs, is flawed, it throws a wrench into the entire strategic plan. This isn't just about a few faulty missiles, it's about whether a global power can trust its own arsenal. Imagine a scenario where every decision to deploy or showcase military might is second-guessed because of unreliable equipment. This undermines not just military effectiveness, but also diplomatic leverage. The world watches closely as China rapidly expands its nuclear capabilities, but these developments could put a big question mark over the reliability and safety of this growth. Moreover, the scrutiny isn't limited to military hardware. It extends to the very foundations of military ethics and governance within China. If the reported level of corruption is true, it suggests a systemic problem that could take years, if not decades, to root out. The world is left wondering, if these reports prompt a crackdown within China, will it lead to real change, or will it be a series of quick fixes and scapegoating? This crisis could be a turning point, offering an opportunity for genuine reform within the PLA. Or it might simply mask deeper issues that will continue to fester. On the global stage, these issues complicate the delicate balance of power, particularly in regions like the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait, where military strength and readiness are key. Other nations might perceive a weakened or distracted China as a shift in regional dynamics, potentially leading to recalibrations of alliances and military strategies. Conversely, if China manages to address these problems effectively, it might emerge stronger and more cohesive, ready to assert its power with renewed vigor. In either scenario, the outcomes of this internal turmoil will resonate globally, influencing how nations interact, align, and potentially conflict with each other in the decades to come. Thank you for tuning in. What's your take on these developments? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our deep dives into global military affairs.